What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And today, bear with my voice. It's so scratchy and it hurts to talk, but yeah, I'm gonna be matchmaking every single UFC division. And then later today, hopefully, I can make a video about the new Paramount deal and how it's ruining the UFC. But yeah, let's just start out. I didn't really make the slides this time. Like I said, Canva's being weird. I did get Canva, if you guys have seen. I did get Canva, but I paid the $15.94 for the Canva subscription. Oh, I can't even talk. Subscription, but I kind of want to stick to slides. I'm not paying for that next time. I'm canceling my subscription. You know what I'm saying? But flyweight, Alexandre Pantoja versus Joshua Van already booked. Moreno versus Tyra booked. Royval versus Manel Cat booked. Kai Kara-France is out of the UFC, I heard. Unless I'm tripping. No, he's taking a break to do religion. Don't really need to. I don't really know why he needed to leave the division, but good on you, Kai Kara-France. I don't know who you're gonna fight when it comes back. The division's probably gonna be completely different. But Emil Albazi versus Absu Amabayev, that's a good fight to get Absu Amabayev up there and fight. Pantoja. I have really high hopes for him, even though he lost to Manel Cap. Then we got this guy, can't even say his name, used to be in the UFC, just fought the Russian prospect, and, after 10 years, comes back, dominates him. Give him Steve Ercek. That's going to be a tough test, and Steve Ercek is fighting up again. They threw Steve Ercek into the waters, he drowned, it's time to go back, learn how to swim, then you're going to be with the top dogs. Okay, then we got Tim Elliott should fight Alex Perez. I don't know why they keep matching up Alex Perez with prospects. Fight Tim Elliott. I don't know how to say this guy's name either, but the Russian prospect, the Khabib Nurmagomedov, he should fight Bruno Silva. I've been saying that for the longest time. Joseph Morales should fight Charles Johnson, and these two people should fight each other. I don't know how to say their names either. Sorry, I'm really bad. I'm dyslexic. Trust. Then we got bantamweight. Morales Valasvili versus Peter Yan booked. O'Malley versus Yadong booked. Umar versus Figgy, which we'll talk about that matchup in the next in the next video. I like the matchup on paper, but then we actually think into it. Umar should really be fighting people up, but yeah, we'll talk about that. Umar versus Figgy. Sandhagen should fight maybe what's his name? Aben Zahami. That's a good fight. Maybe we can knock out Aben Zahami before he gets to the top of the division. He's already number 7 ranked. He's already going. He's already climbing to fight Marab. You know what I'm saying? Then we got Marlon Chito Vera should fight David Martinez. That Dr. David Martinez. That's a good fight. Mario Batista versus Vinicius Oliveira. I'm still hate watching Mario Batista for the rest of my life, even though I picked him to beat Jose Aldo. People forget, man. Should fight Vinicius Oliveira. Rob Font should fight Marcus McGee. Henry Cejudo's already fighting Peyton Talbot. And Kyler Phillips could fight Ronnie Barcelos. Yeah, Kyler Phillips versus Ronnie Barcelos. That's a good fight right there. Then we got featherweight. This division is also a mess. You know what I'm saying? Volk versus Lopez doesn't make fucking sense. Oh my god, that pissed. Because I didn't really fully rant in my reaction video, so I'm gonna rant in my next video. Yeah. Then we got, it's fucking me up, bro. Because I really Volk's also retiring, but I know Lopez is not gonna beat him, so he's gonna have to relinquish the title. Okay, so Volk versus Lopez, Evla versus Lerone Murphy for the new title. Diego Lopez versus. So I'm not even going to acknowledge Volk versus Lopez, because we know Volk's probably going to win. So just pretend Volk isn't here. Lopez versus Yair, Evla versus Lerone for the title, Aljo versus Yusuf Zalal, Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva, Steve Ercek versus Josh Emmett, Brian Ortega versus Patricio Pitbull, Dan Ige against David Onama, and Giga Chikadze has a fight booked for December 13th. Sorry. Ilya's gonna be out probably till May, June. So yeah. Obviously we got Gaethje versus Patty. Again, doesn't make sense. Armand's gonna wait for a title shot, I'm not matching up Armand with anybody else. Armand could just straight up wait for a title. I wouldn't be mad. Armand could just wait for a title shot for the next 2 years. I wouldn't be mad. So yeah, Gaethje versus Patty for winner gets Ilya, and then the winner of Ilya versus whoever the winner of Gaethje Patty, Armand. Okay, so they're already booked. Charles versus Max, that makes sense for the BMF title. Where's Dan Hooker? Oh yeah, Dan Hooker against Moicano. Dan Hooker against Moicano. Gamrot against Rafael Fiziev 2. Saint Denis against Grant Dawson. No, Grant Dawson versus Michael Chandler. No. Saint Denis versus Grant Dawson. Chandler versus Ignacio Bahamondes. Rufi versus Dariush. Ignacio Bahamondes versus Chandler is actually a good fight for the White House. Then we got Islam. Personally, I think Islam should fight not Money McConnell. What am I talking about? Ian Machado Ferry. Okay, I think Islam should fight Ian Machado Ferry. And then Jack Della Maddalena should fight Sean Brady. Okay, hold on. Makhachev versus Gary. Oh my God, I'm stuttering today. JDM versus Sean Brady. Shavkat. We'll go back to Shavkat, but yeah, JDM versus Sean Brady. Michael Morales versus Carlos Prates. I hate to knock off one of these prospects, but we need to find the real contender. Bilal Muhammad versus Joaquin Buckley. Kamaru Usman. We'll go back to him too. Leon versus Bafim. Gilbert Burns versus D-Rod. D-Rod versus Jeff Neal. Mike Malott versus Gilbert Burns. Chaos Cable Cup. Oh my God. Chaos Cable. No. I'm gonna have to restart this video. Deadass. Colby Covington versus Thembo Garimba. Bafin versus Leon. All that. Sean Brady. Alright. So we're left with Usman and Shavkat. And I think they should fight. So Usman versus Shavkat. Okay, hold on. Let me go through again. I was stuttering like crazy. Makhachev versus Gary. Jack Della Maddalena against Sean Brady. Prates versus Michael Morales. Shavkat versus Usman. Bilal versus Buckley. Leon versus Bafim. Gilbert Burns against Mike Malott. D-Rod versus Jeff Neal. Colby versus Thembo Garimba. Holy moly. Alrighty. Chimaev against Imavov. Duplessis should fight Brandon Allen. Sean Strickland versus Adesanya. I know RDR got wrestle fucked, but we still need to test. We still need to test Fluffy. So Fluffy versus RDR. Fluffy versus RDR. Borhalio versus Whitaker. Cannonier against Bo Nickel. Cannonier versus Bo Nickel. Michael Venom Page against Paulo Costa. Roman Dolidze against Joe Pyfer. And Marvin Vettori against Gregory Rodriguez. And then we got light heavyweight. Alex Pereira against Carlos Olberg. Ankalaev against Khalil Roundtree. You already know how it is. Oh shit. Fuck. Yeah, Alex Pereira versus Olberg. Ankalaev against Khalil. Okay, so the winner of Alex versus Olberg gets Yuri. Ankalaev versus Khalil. Jan Blachowicz against Dominic Reyes 2. Jamal Hill against Azmat Mirzakhanov. Volkan Ozdemir against Bogdan Guskov. Rockage against Xingming Yang. Nikita Krylov against Johnny Walker. And Alonzo Menifield. I don't know. Alonzo Menifield can fight some random bum or move up to heavyweight and become a jacked heavyweight. Tom Aspinall against Ciryl Gane, I guess, is next. I really shouldn't be, but Volkov against Blades. Yeah, Volkov against Blades. Pavlovich against Jilton Almeida. Waldo versus Derek Lewis. Sergey Spivak against Shamil Gaziev. We're still going to give Shamil number 7. Tom Aspinall's Trini buddy versus Tatui. Nah. Marcin This is a tough division of matchmaking, Marcin Tybura against Volta Walker. Talistan Teixeira against this guy, the Tom Aspinall friend, Mick Parkin against Tato Ivasa. Okay, let me go over this one more time. Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane. Volkov against Blades. Sergey Pavlovich against Jilton Almeida. Waldo Villacosta against Derek Lewis. Spivak against Shamil. Tom Aspinall's friend against Taliesin Teixeira. Tato Ivasa against Mike Parkin, and Vilto Walker versus Marcin Tybura. Okay, so those are all the divisions match made. It was a struggle. It was a very tough struggle, but we'll be talking about Paramount later today too. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.